This clip is brought to you by Super 6. If you haven't already heard of Super 6, it's something that every football fan needs to know about. It's completely free to play. All you have to do is correctly predict 6 score lines for each round of the Premier League's action, and you could potentially win yourself £250,000. You can compete against myself, Theo, and Tom in the Pitch Side Super 6 Mini League. The code to join that is PTCHS6. And whoever tops the leaderboard each round wins themselves a £100 classic football shirts voucher. It's so easy to play. Just predict your 6 scores, enter your golden goal, hit submit, and you are all set to go. It's a free shot at £250,000, so you might as well get involved. There's been 3 Super 6 jackpot winners already this season. You could be number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
I'm not even joking, Arsenal beating Man City.
Do you really think so with this new Saliba news? Out for the season?
Pretty much out for the season, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. We bring in Silly War.
You cannot.
Kivior.
Silly War.
You cannot beat Manchester City without Saliba.
I completely agree.
I'm convinced.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Although it was one of the actual game, 80% of the game was terrible.
No.
Are we talking about this?
No, we are going to touch on it. We're going to touch on it. But no, because I completely disagree with you. But before we go on to that, I will say this. It will be very Arsenal to have 3 draws in a row and then to go and beat Man City.
It would.
No, what would be even more Arsenal is you beat City and still don't win the league.
But
then we'd be 8 points clear with 2 games in hand, so that's 2 points clear.
It'd
be 2.
Yeah. So even if you win, it's not looking good, Brev.
But the problem is we encounter Newcastle, Chelsea.
Oh, that's fine.
Well,
why are you worried about Chelsea?
Not if they get a new manager.
You said that about
They're not going to get a manager. They got Lampard for end of season, man.
Yeah, they're not getting a new manager.
They're not getting a manager.
They might.
Let's touch on the greatest game of the season because it was the greatest game of the season.
It wasn't.
It was the best game of the season.
It was the greatest game of the season if Trossard's shot went in.
Oh, if Trossard, I thought I was going to cry. That would have been arguably the best moment of my life.
The last 15 minutes were very exciting, but there's been better games this season.
No.
There has.
I don't know.
Which game?
Like Newcastle, Man City was a better game.
No, but if you think about it, even you said yourself when you're watching, like you felt excitement and you were nervous. Like,
because Tom's a closet Arsenal fan.
I feel like this is a better game because it means more than say what Newcastle.
And also,
Man
you've got to
City
remember, Arsenal were 2-0 down in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then there was about 60 minutes of dull shite.
It weren't though. For neutral, Southampton played really well.
It was dull, but it was like, will Arsenal get back? It meant something. Like Southampton were ahead, and it's like each moment still meant something.
It was just a complete shock, even to Southampton fans. They couldn't believe it.
It was a great game in terms of the excitement in parts, but the whole game, there's been way better games this season.
If you're a neutral, you watch that game and are mega excited and like, wow. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're gassed because you've got the draw, and then you realise, oh shit, we actually need to win that.
No, as a neutral, it was only exciting for like 15 minutes of the game.
No, it weren't, because at the start of the first half an hour, mate, it was nuts.
What if you had to name 3 games this season right now of the best games of the season, what are they?
Arsenal, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Villa, and Arsenal, Southampton.
Okay.
I'd put Arsenal, Bournemouth up there. I'd put Arsenal, Bournemouth ahead of that one because you actually
Liverpool United.
Liverpool United.
Manchester Derby first time round was.
Yeah, the 6-3.
That was when I was running the marathon. That was the day that and then
it's quite weird you did that in October.
Yeah, and it's this season.
Well, when I was running the marathon, I looked at my phone and I thought, oh, fucking hell, it's Newcastle winning 5-0 in 10 minutes.
That was...
But we'll touch on that later because
amazing.
Ramsdale did have a bit of a shocker opening few minutes.
Probably his worst performance.
100% his worst performance.
It's because he doesn't deserve it. Because of how good he's been, it's so sad to see that happen. Does that make sense? Like he didn't deserve that mistake. But I think what's happened there, he's got caught in 2 minds and have played a pass, and it's just, when the one you start kicking, you're like, oh, why?
It's a compounded error because it's more the fact he didn't actually save the shot.
He should have saved it.
I think. See, you said this in the stream. I think you're taking so much away from that Alcaraz.
He really
strike.
should have saved it.
Yeah.
He's on his back foot. I think it's tough. I think it's a tough save.
I think most Premier League keepers would put money on themselves.
A snowman would have saved
Lloris
that.
wouldn't save that, man.
A snowman
most Premier League keepers. Yeah.
Does Ramsdale deserve some slack? I personally feel like he's done so much for this season. That
No, he doesn't. He's still been arguably the best goalkeeper in the league this season. He's just had a bad game.
Yeah, you have to be accountable for your mistakes, though, which I think he understands.
He's been praised enough this season. He can take a bit of
I think he's got a good mentality that's why I actually back Arsenal against Man City, is that Ramsdale will have something to prove. Saka, I feel like Saka was trying to prove something in that game. after missing the penalty.
Yep.
I feel like the City game has actually come at a good time for Arsenal.
No, it hasn't.
But it'd come at a
If you look
better
at
time
it-
when it didn't have to get restructured originally.
Yeah, if you look at it outside the box, Tom, rather than inside the box, you could say that actually, these 3 weird performances, Arsenal have something to prove.
I don't see a world in which you win on Wednesday.
Well, the Avengers did it. Arsenal can do it.
3 months ago, I would have said the opposite because people are very quick to forget how average Man City have looked for a while in this league and drop points. Now they've sorted out the formation, the starting 11. They are just flying.
You know what's crazy? They have 0 first-team injuries.
Yeah.
0. They have a fully fledged.
Is that true?
0 first-team injuries.
I'm sure they have some problems left back, don't they?
No, they have a 0.
No, they just don't have any.
Yeah.
They have 0
That's the
first-team
problem.
injuries. 0.
Well,
Was it Kanji not out? Or?
No, they're all back now. Every single player is back, fully fit, ready to play.
That's a tough time to play them.
They're
when
on
they
for the
have
treble, man.
force. Yeah.
They're actually on for a treble.
This is what they do every run in.
I think they're going to do it. I think they're the only chance of them not winning the treble. Well,
Real Madrid.
No, I think Brighton. In a one-off game, Brighton could beat City. I can't see Madrid over 2 games beating that City team.
As in-
What you mean for the Premier League?
For the treble.
What are you talking about?
Oh shit, Brighton lost.
Yeah, Brighton aren't in, mate.
Sorry, forget.
Bro, whoa.
I even watched
Hang
it.
about. Can I just?
That's going on
if
Lewis's
that- if-
TikTok.
If that doesn't get hate
Yeah.
and comments everywhere, I'll be fuming.
Sorry.
If I said that, my God, there'll be front page news on Twitter.
We'd be
United fans will
vilified.
over me.
Absolutely.
Gary Neville would tweet out about how stupid I am.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be vilified,
Yeah, it's a
man.
Manchester derby,
Yeah,
mate.
I know. I watched the game. I literally
Clearly,
watched
mate.
it, yeah.
Clearly. I want to talk about
I
a
meant
player.
the Premier
Team in
League.
red beat team in blue
I
and
meant
white.
the Premier League.
Look, can we touch on a player over the last 3 or 4 games who has just... He's been on one of Arsenal's best players and he just seems really out of touch with the team and his performances are not looking good. And that's Partey.
Yeah, he's been pony.
Yeah.
He has been
dropped
awful.
off, hasn't he?
Why on earth is he having that shot?
Yeah, that was horrific.
Yeah.
I've never... Who in the crowd has shouted shoot?
Probably a lot of them. That's
I've seen a tweet. Apparently, they were shouting for him not to shoot.
Yeah,
No, they were shouting no.
No, yeah.
But he doesn't...
Yeah.
yeah. That's the joke.
Ah.
Yeah.
What a lick.
Yeah,
Cheers.
nice alert, mate. But no, he's actually been...
You realise why none of us said it?
Yeah.
He's actually been quite poor though over the last few games.
No,
like
he's
he's
been
giving the ball away a
terrible.
lot. It's like
It was his fault for the West Ham penalty.
it's like he's
Yeah.
not looking over his shoulder every time he gets. You know what I mean? There's always someone on the back of him.
I tell you what, the problem was with the Southampton game is we actually genuinely missed Xhaka, a midfield leader who
Vieira was bad.
yeah, he was. But dictates people around him. As much as you want to give him credit and be like, the scapegoat for when everything goes wrong, he is brilliant when he's on top form.
I think it goes to show with Arsenal, you've got as a team, you're excellent, but other individuals elevate others.
Yeah.
And so certain things, like Zinchenko makes that midfield a lot better when he tucks in, but that midfield needs to be Ødegaard, Partey and Xhaka.
Yeah, for
when
sure.
Vieira comes in, it's not the same,
I
and
agree.
it definitely
That's the squad depth
de-elevates the
sort of
others.
thing.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
De-elevates.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the game that is actually midweek. We haven't won at City in 15 years.
Well, today's the day.
Well, it's not today, is it?
Wednesday's the day.
Wednesday's the day.
I mean, is it pretty straightforward that this
They've
game...
lost just one of their last 15 Premier League games at the Etihad.
Yeah, but is it pretty straightforward that this game just determines who wins the league?
I just
Is it a straight,
certain-
is it a straight shootout? Whoever comes away with
I don't necessarily think it is because there are some critical games for both clubs after
I
this.
completely agree with
it
that.
only decides the title if City win.
I don't.
I don't know if it does.
Yeah, 100%.
I could see City dropping points.
To who?
Let me check their table.
They play Newcastle. They play Brighton.
They don't play Newcastle.
No, I don't think they do.
They don't play
No.
Newcastle. They play
Oh, they
Brighton.
don't play. They play Brighton. Sorry, I'm getting.
If they're not going to drop points for you, they're not going to drop points, are they? Let's be honest.
They've got Fulham away, West Ham at home, Leeds at home, Everton away, Chelsea at home, Brighton away,
Yeah, and
Maybe.
Brentford away. Last game of the season.
Brentford away, and they already lost to them.
Brentford and Brighton, it could be a ropey one for them. 2 away games to end the season. You know what they say about Man City?
What did they say?
They probably will lose to Brighton and Brentford.
Oh, yeah, who's they?
Me.
Brighton and Brentford are
They're good
banana
sides.
slips.
Yeah.
Slips, skins.
Skins.
Banana skins.
Banana slips. Yeah, but Arsenal will also drop points before.
Are you
those.
telling me that Haaland could bully Rob Holding?
He's terrible, so yeah.
Yeah, Haaland is a problem.
Yeah, but
Go on. How do we stop him?
we have to unleash our prolonged attackers. The Ødegaard, the Saka, the Jesus, the
Prolonged?
Martinez.
Why are they prolonged?
I don't know. Trossard will come on and score a goal. I honestly think, I'm not even being a deluded Arsenal fan, it would be very Arsenal to go and win this game.
It would. But like Tom said, it'd be also very Arsenal for us to follow up on the weekend and lose against.
And it's also very logical to think you're not going to win because you're not.
But it's also logical to think that a club legend of a team wouldn't celebrate their former opponent from a club.
Do you know what? It's only a recent thing as well.
And Brighton in the FA Cup final.
Thing.
Yeah, it is. Players never did that ever.
What?
Until like the last 20 years, players have never done that.
Ooh, quite recent.
Passbacks were a rule in football at one point.
No, I know, but I'm just
the game
saying.
grows.
What do you mean?
Offsides never existed.
Yeah.
Recent years.
Yeah.
I just think it's embarrassing. Like, it's childish.
Yeah, but also a lot of
A small-minded
things
individual would
happen.
say that.
Like you could go in with
it's
2
because-
feet in a tackle and get away with it. Now
It's because
it's
of how pathetic and childish modern day football fans are, and they can't accept anything. They can't accept anything wrong. They can't accept any criticism against their own players or club. It's everyone on Twitter. They're all kids. They're all just little twits. All
Yeah, I agree with the Twitter thing.
But also,
so if a player celebrated in front of me, I'd go, yeah, he scored a goal. I don't expect him to
but
celebrate.
it's not-
I couldn't give a shit if he'd done 300 years at
You're telling me
Albion.
Chris Brunt scores
Yeah,
and
celebrate.
relegates West Brom. He's going to celebrate. You're going to be like,
You should celebrate.
And
You score a goal,
and you'll be,
yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Stops you from getting promoted.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be like,
You're like,
that's
get in,
class.
Chris, lad.
I wouldn't be happy for him, no, because he's not playing for my team.
You'd be like, fuck off, mate.
You would be.
Maybe.
Well, there you go.
I might go off. No, actually, no, I wouldn't.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
you
you
would.
would.
Yes,
No,
you would.
yes, you would. You'd be like, you treacherous.
You're
No,
telling me
yes,
5
you
points
would.
deep. Chris Brunt has just relegated West Brom. He's celebrated in front of you. You are fucking effing and blinded.
If he like celebrated in front of the fans, but if he just celebrated with his own team,
You're fuming. You're
But then-
fuming.
but it's still his decision, though. You
I'm
can't-
I'm not as pathetic as that. I promise.
No, you are.
Yes,
I'm really
you
not,
are.
mate.
You are.
Don't
I'm
act
not.
high and mighty. You'd be fuming.
Mate, we went 2-1 down to Sunderland yesterday, and I tweeted what a great goal that was. I was like,
Oh, good for you.
They
Look
should
at
care
you.
about your
Oh,
team, then.
wow.
Mate, don't
Anyone
talk about caring about
can
teams.
appreciate a good goal.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not going there. He's
know
offside.
what?
They're lucky.
I think this is where we got on. Tom is a higher human being than us.
Yeah.
He looks
Well,
down on
the
people.
Almighty.
I do.
The omniscient.
I do. I've probably been to St James's more than you.
Omniscient.
probably
So don't talk to me about caring about a team.
I don't know. Well, that's the thing.
I
You want me to fork out 60 quid all the time? I haven't got any money.
I thought you cared.
What? No,
If
to care
it-
it doesn't matter.
not
People
everyone
not
with
bank
less.
accounts.
People with less money than
Enough
you
money.
follow their team home and away.
Tom, not everyone is blessed with enough money to be able to afford football tickets.
People with less money than Lewis
I
go
literally
home
didn't
and
live in
away.
England for the past year. What are you talking about?
So you don't care then? You're talking about caring about
Nah,
the club?
you're just making the argument
If you
ridiculous
really
because
cared,
you're
mate,
wrong.
if you
You know what you're
really
doing?
You're making the
cared.
argument as ridiculous
You're
as you
money
can because
shaming.
you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
You are money
I've just
shaming.
said people with less money than
You're
Lewis
money
go home and
shaming.
Money
away.
shaming, man.
Money shaming.
No,
It's
I'm
difficult
not.
time. Cost of living crisis, Garrett. Come on.
I'm well
See
aware.
do you know the price of a pint of milk?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Who buys pints of milk?
Yeah, single pints is a bit weird. That's like check your hard drive.
So you don't know the price of a pint of milk.